welcome to the arena. All the fans are already here, as you can see.
Sold out.
Yeah. No, this is the first arena of the tour so far. It's HBO after dark.
Roses.
When I came into rehearsal for this band for the first time, this is what was set up, and I went, cool, let's play music. Hey, this is Tanner Wayne, drummer for InFlames. Welcome to our North American tour.
What's it like to play drums with InFlames?
We'll still have fun, even though we're in a metal band and we're playing aggressive stuff. Let's just go off the blast.
Whoa! He smells great. He smells great.
Hey everyone, it's Brandon here from Drumeo, and I'm here with Tanner Wayne from InFlames. How's it going, man?
It's going so well.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
And letting us invade your, I guess this is like a sporting dressing room.
Yeah, it smells like sweaty hockey players.
It does. So we're here on the North American Tour 2023 with Meshuggah and Whitechapel. It's a great lineup.
Crazy lineup. If there is a seat, I will always just sit on everybody's rig.
Yeah.
Because I'm just curious. That's a fun thing with tours, just messing around on other people's stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm allowed to come up yet, but I'm gonna. Oh, yeah, I'm allowed to. Let's do it.
Kick us out.
Let's do it. So I come here probably out of neurosis to make sure everything's Gucci.
So what do you got on the kit?
Everything? Look how many things I get to hit.
You're starting the set with Foregone Part 1. What's going on in this one?
It is a sprint of a song. Typically, I'm like telling myself the whole first song, because I'm probably doing this without realizing it, is like chill out, relax, relax.
Because you've got another like 10 songs to go after this.
Yeah.
So.
For that one, it's mostly a game of like, okay, how do I look like I'm going nuts without letting them know that I'm actually trying to relax as hard as possible.
Yeah.
But it's an intense one. This song's pretty straightforward. There's only 2 spots that I'm honestly doing fills. I don't f around too much on this one. There's a fill before each chorus, and it's literally just or the next one is just a longer version of that. And I like to make stuff up every single night for my own entertainment. So that, same thing. So I'll just do a longer version, and I'll pretty much have a conversation with myself maybe 3 seconds or a millisecond before the fill and go, toms only, do toms only. Snare only, whatever. I just kind of have fun with it. I'm trying to just like kind of glide into the set because I haven't mastered doing Foregone Part 1 first and being like, cool, whatever. Still trying to get to where I feel comfortable warm-up wise.
So before you go on stage, are you typically playing the kit? Are you backstage stretching or warming up, or what's your kind of deal before?
I would do jumping jacks, but that's a little excessive. So I do a little run in place to get the heart rate at show level.
So I do try to stretch and yoga and try to make sure that by the time I get to here, I'm not completely dusting off all the cobwebs. And then most of what I do is mostly kick stuff. I'm trying to get warm on my feet and my legs. And then I'll put a more dead snare pad or a drum pad to make sure that the transition from electronic to acoustic isn't too different and doesn't throw me off too much, But it's mostly just getting my kick, my legs warm for the show. We got the most commonly asked thing when people see videos from the back is, why is there a second kick? I can answer it in many different ways. I can answer it like a dick, and I can say none of my business. I
Give
don't
us
care.
the best answer.
The best answer is that what it is it looks cooler, right?
Yeah.
Even though it is easier to play 2 singles than it is a double pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's for looks. Whereas my next rig will not have that.
Okay, you're back to 1.
Yeah.
Nice.
What's also nice is we have a built-in backup right there. Have you ever played a show where your kick dies? Because you're in trouble if that happens. Yeah.
And for anyone who doesn't know your background, like what kind of stuff were you playing before InFlames?
I mean, I played with the band Chiodos and Scary Kids Scaring Kids and Amir, and it wasn't, I guess a lot of it wasn't fast double kick, it wasn't punk beats and fast stuff, it was more kind of groovier, or at least that's what I was trying to like bring in. Every gig I've ever had has been a learning experience, which is, obviously that's like a cliche thing to say, right? But literally every gig I've taken, I've had to step up. I've never been like offered a gig where it's like, oh yeah, I can do that, whatever. It's like, I have to, can I do that? Like, and especially for this one, I couldn't play their 3 hardest songs when I flew to Sweden. So the whole flight, I'm just stressing because I'm flying. It's not like I'm going to Arizona. I'm flying to Sweden and lied pretty much. And yeah, I can play Take This Life, Everything's Gone, Mirrors, Truth, whatever, right? I've explained this to them before, but long story short, I got in there and I just blamed my lack of speed on gear. And they bought me different pedals and tried to like help me with that. But I definitely like fake it till you make it on this one and just kind of lied and it worked out. I was super, I wouldn't say nervous in the beginning, but like for the first, in all of 2018, when I joined the band, I played like really to the song. I wasn't gonna go up there and be like, and just like shred all over the place. I knew that these songs were iconic. These songs were, you know, almost as old as I was. I made sure for the first year to really pay respect to the song and just do it exactly. And only until the past year or 2 have I been kind of winking at the guys during a fill and be like, oh, they let me do whatever. Okay, now I'm gonna go psycho, cool. Deliver Us, it's kind of my break, you know what I mean? There's some cool parts on it. The verses are all easy. The second verse, there's a snare hat beat before that. And again, another one of those things where I'm like, I'm just gonna do a psychotic fill, in my head it's psychotic, and see what they do. And I typically look for my guitarist and he'll look back and give me a wink and I'm like, cool, I can do a fill during that song now. So it'd be like, I'll make it up every single night, pretty much. I have so much room, or I can. I know when, let's say, call it the 1 is coming. And it's just like, what do I want to do tonight? I might be too tense. I might not feel the flow, and I might just do something normal. That song's really fun. And then Darker Times. Most of the song is a simple 16th note. In the bridge, there's like a solo, and at the end of the solo is like a little moment for me. It's easy. So I have 3 breaks right there. And again, it's another one of those things where I think, is this an iconic break? So sometimes I'll go crazy, sometimes I won't. Because I try to think of a fan's perspective, and like, if I'm up there and just, it's like, whatever, let's keep it tasteful. So I have those 3 breaks too. But that's like a fun little part in the set where it's kind of mid-tempo-y and it kind of gives me a little breather.
We got the set list. Can you just walk us through how you guys put this together? Is this a lot of new material? Is it a mix of old and new?
No matter what the set is, Anders, our singer, is he's going to be the one who always makes this, which is a nice lack of chefs in the kitchen type of situation, to where if he makes it, okay, cool, let's do it. It's not like all of our opinions are being thrown in and we're getting confused and stuff. We can't play 14 albums on this set list, you know what I mean? So, but he does try to go from the beginning to the most recent.
Nice.
So we'll play Behind Space, which is on their first record, and then we'll also play Foregone and State of Slow Decay. So he kind of likes to go throughout the catalog as much as he can, all while trying to keep the energy up. Because for this tour, when you're sandwiched in between Whitechapel and Meshuggah, we can't come out and play Come Clarity and Alias and kind of softer-ish stuff. So we're still trying to keep the energy up.
This is from our first album. We go way back in time. Before internet, when we were young and happy and the world looked great. This song is called Behind Space.
So it's fun for us because there's no click and it's just all the freedom. So if we're really feeling it, we'll just go for it. The main thing that people know from the song is so there's some off-time stuff in there. It's been recorded, but the recordings are not how we play them live. I honestly haven't listened to the recordings in a minute, but they're really old. It's one of their older songs. And then there's a fun double kick part where, again, it's all whatever I want to do, but there's so many time, not a lot of time signatures, but there's a lot of BPM and there's a lot of different stuff going on. For one of the parts, it goes punk into double kick. So it'll go. And this is kind of, again, whatever I want to do in that moment. And it goes to a slower part. And that's just a fun one. All over the place.
There's a lot of that older stuff not recorded to click, and that obviously has its own challenges where if you're doing some of the newer stuff to click, which I assume you are. And then you get to that point in the set where it's like,
no,
things change up.
For some reason it's fun, especially because they're fast. Like if it was some sort of mid-tempo, I'd be a little worried because I'm always going to be 5-10 BPMs faster live, whether I know it or not, because of energy, you know? It gives us a little more freedom to be all over the place.
State of Slow Decay. What's going on in this one?
Oh, man. It's the first song we recorded for our new record, and I learned it the day before. And it's one of those songs, it's the 2 in between the feet, or 4 in between hand and feet type of thing. The story is, for me, that I think is funny, and drummers could relate, is that when it came time to like kind of trimming the fat and trimming the nonsense of my drums from the record, we forgot that one. So I do crazy stuff all over the whole song, and it would have been not a different song, but it would have been tamed down if they were given the opportunity. And I literally looked into the drum room and they were already packing the drums. And I was like,
oh no.
Cool. No, I was stoked. I was like, Because again, it's easy stuff for me, but it's a psycho song, you know, and it sounds like it was somewhat intentional, but if we had the freedom, we probably would have trimmed it down. It's definitely maybe the hardest paced one that we have. It is punk beats the whole time, pretty much. And however many times I do so that's all over the place. When I did it live, I had more, obviously, comfortability and freedom to like make a little more creative stuff, which we were talking about, right? Like doing, no way. So in the studio, I did a little more creative stuff, a little studio magic in terms of editing and stuff. So the fills on the record are always gonna be different than when I do live, because I'm terrified to expand too much on this one live.
Yeah.
If I only have so many seconds, the click is going, and I only have, the last thing I'm gonna do is like, I'm gonna come up with this fill, and oh, I can't get out of it, because that's happened. I'll do a snare fill on one of them. I'll do just toms on one of them. I'll do a mix of the two on one of them. It's just a fun roller coaster song for me. Because again, I could have done, but like, it was like, that's gonna be harder live. So I'll just do it. In all honesty, it is mostly to save my body.
Thinking ahead and to what you're gonna have to do live.
That is smart. For sure, yeah.
Sounds like you're doing a lot of like the hand to foot ideas. Is there a certain drummer you got that from years and years ago, or I mean, it's classic in metal and rock.
Yeah, and it's funny because when we record, I make sure not to do it. Honestly, I don't really know, because the classic is, right? And I would just cringe inside if I ever did that live, you know? But I do a lot of those. I'm sure they have a fun special name for whatever the patterns are, right?
I mean, even like the way you're moving it and phrasing it around the kit, like it's not just that, like you're doing that in other ways.
And I wish I had more, not energy, but like more care to like dive into even more groupings and stuff, but I keep it to 4 and 2.
Yeah.
And it's super fun for me because, you know, adding, or just whatever. Just like adding whatever that's the benefit of like metal. If I was doing pop or whatever, then now I have to get more creative. Because for me, I call it the cheater almost. If you have been playing drums long enough and you kind of know this stuff, you know that the world opens up here, 4s and 2s, and you can do that for so long, you know? And it sounds like you're doing crazy stuff, but in actuality, which is kind of a lazy little fun thing, you know?
Well, you sound clean, so
thank you, man.
That's all that matters, right?
Thank you.
So, second last, you've got I Am Above.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
That's interesting, because that's a weird one. I didn't record it. Generally, that song means I'm done for the night. Like, Take This Life is pretty intense in a way, but I've made it to the end. It's like, I always look down, like, okay, I'm above, that's fine, whatever. So there's this part. So there is a turnaround in the triplet that has me right leading, and the moment I hit the triplet, now I'm left leading. And I've never really had to do that in any band, really. It's nice because if I can sit there and figure out, okay, how can I do this to where it's clean every single night, then I've just unleashed a new thing for my brain, right? And then I kind of fell into doing left leading stuff and using my left way more than I used to, because I realized that it was going to help me more than it was going to hurt me. Stuff like, there's certain songs that we do that if I'm consistently on the left, it's helping my balance.
Yeah.
It's helping fluidity. It's helping all these things.
What's this tour like with the ones you've done in the past? Has anything changed with your kit or the set list or production or anything like that?
In terms of all that, no, not necessarily. We talked a little bit about how I'll play the sets, and we're probably at the peak of me doing whatever I want now in the sets, but thankfully I'm not that much of a psychopath. I'll still go up there and make sure that certain songs like Cloud Connected or whatever are very well served to the recording and well served to what the fans are expecting, but we just have fun up there. You know, I know a lot of people take it really seriously in a, just in a, like, that's how it is, serious, let's have this, we go up there like we're in the garage live, and we're all laughing at each other, and we just kind of go up there with not a low expectation, but just go up there with just like, let's just have fun.
Yeah.
That's all it's about, let's go have fun. Even though we're in a metal band and we're playing aggressive stuff, let's just go have a blast.
Has anything changed with your setup since the last tour, or this is pretty much the
No, this is it. Eventually
thing?
we put in the EFX just for like a less decayed cymbal.
Yeah.
Mega we put in after a year or two, just for how easy it is to get a nice bell sound and how easy it is to hit the bell, you know?
And then how often is Dominic changing stuff out?
How often? Every 3 shows? How often are you changing?
Normal, it's like 3 to 4 shows.
3 to 4 shows.
Okay.
When I joined, I would hit way harder, and there would be dents in the heads, and we would kind of be forced into having to change them. At home, I play half this. I play a third of this at home.
Yeah.
You know. So when I got here, it's even more fun. I've never done actual sets with bands with splashes and stuff, so
yeah,
super fun to mess around with. Yeah, once I've made sure my live kit's dialed, go in and groove on the electronic kit or just do whatever, you know?
Yeah. You've got a B rig and you guys actually jam in this room with you on the E kit, which I don't know if I've ever really heard about bands doing much of that on tours these days, but that's pretty sweet.
My whole thing behind it that I was gonna be stoked on is just having drums to play every day.
Yeah.
And just being able to get on, and it's like, what a time killer. Because most of the day you wake up and it's like, all right, what do I do until I play? And I'm so stoked I have this, whether it's to work on new stuff or just to kill time, it's so fun.
Yeah.
If I'm doing that, I'm screwed. If I do that once in the song, I'm screwed.
And then you're closing out the set with Take This Life.
That one's intense, very intense. But it's another where, unfortunately, I'm like, for some reason, far more physically prepared for that than I am the first song, which leads me to believe that maybe I need to destroy myself a little in here first before I get out there. But that is another conversation where I have with myself where if I'm doing that, I'm screwed. If I do that once in the song, I'm screwed. There's no way. So it's again, this is all new stuff for me because I'm not necessarily like been a metal drummer this whole time.
Yeah.
So it's something for me where I had to learn with pick stuff and hand stuff. The faster I go, the lighter I gotta go.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna burn me out, or it won't sound as consistent. So for this one, for me, it's all about just like letting myself know, relax. It's all gonna sound a lot better if I'm not so tense. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and hopefully we'll see you on this tour.